Hey all you YouTube fans, it's Libris Blood here. That's actually really loud. So, we're here again for another episode of Always Remember Me. So we're gonna start up from where we left off, and I'd like to say sorry again for the last episode being really long. There's just a lot of storyline. And I forgot to almost come up with a voice for him. Hey, Amy. Are you alright? Oh gosh, I forgot her voice.
I couldn't help but notice the genuine worry on his expression when he saw the bruises on my arms and legs. I appreciated his concern. Good morning, Lawrence. I'm doing okay.
Are you sure? Those bruises look really painful.
Yes, I'm sure. They really aren't as bad as they look.
Really? I don't know if I could work with bruises that big. You're a strong woman. Yeah, she is.
I can hardly feel them. Thanks, though.
How did it happen? You aren't in any trouble, are you? Okay. To keep him open as an option. I will choose to tell him everything. Now, I think you can keep your privacy and that might change something, but I want to have like all the options possible. So we're gonna just tell him everything. And this is just gonna be me recounting the whole story again.
Well, I got in a car accident.
What? When was that? How did it happen?
I felt a little bad for worrying him, but the tenderness in his eyes made me feel slightly better. It was nice to know that there were people who cared. I decided to explain to him what had happened, since there was little secret to it. I was on a motorcycle with Aaron. He protected me when we got into the crash. That's why I'm not very badly hurt. It wasn't his fault. They think the other driver was drunk.
That's terrible. How's Aaron? I haven't heard anything about him recently. And like I said, not a lot of voices really working on it. So that's as cool guy as I could do for him. Or like secret cool or wannabe cool. Yeah.
Actually, Aaron suffered a head injury. He has amnesia now.
I'm sorry to hear that. How bad is it? Will he recover?
They think he will. Luckily, it isn't too extensive, but he doesn't remember me anymore. Lawrence's eyes widened slightly when I revealed the cost of Aaron's protection.
Amy.
It's not so bad, though. Thanks for worrying about me, Lawrence.
And that's... Alright, now I remember, yeah. So, this is a good chance to explain this. So, Lawrence's last name is White. Oh, I didn't pay attention the first time through. So, pretty much every suitor has this bar, and it goes up to 100. Now, there are big events that give you +5 or +10 to this, so it takes you a little while. But, like I said before, you have to upgrade not only that, but also their stat. Like, for Lawrence, I'm pretty sure it's culture. I will check for the next video, but I'm pretty sure it's culture. So yeah, and like I said yesterday, this video is going to be roughly 20-25 minutes, just to make them a little smaller.
It's really nice to see people who still care. But I've got to go start my shift. I'll talk to you more later. See you later. During the summer...
Oh. Narrator voice. During the... I don't know why my sound keeps glitching out. Sorry. During the summer, Amy works part-time from morning to noon, from Monday to Friday, as a waitress in an ice cream parlor owned by an old friend of Gwenda's. That's the first thing that kind of got me. Is like, this is that's how you can tell it's an older ice cream parlor, not like Baskin Robbins or anything, because you actually have a waitress in this one. Normally you just have like staff workers, or like people who work on staff behind the counter. It's kind of like a diner. So she gets paid only with tips, usually around $5 each turn. Being kind to the customer will earn her more money, so depending on her mood, she can earn more. Yeah, and as I sneakily pointed there, she's not in a very good mood. So, yeah. There are good and bad days, but in general, working will always lower her energy by a good amount and morale by a small amount. So yeah, it's not as taxing on your attitude at a job, but it is physically taxing. So that they actually did get very accurate in that sense. This energy can be restored in several ways. Some are drinking or eating, relaxing, or taking a nap at home. And at the end of every day when you get in bed. There are some words that will be missing that makes more sense structurally for the sentences, so please don't be alarmed if I change some of the sentences from what they say on the screen. It just makes more sense. There are other ways to gain both energy and morale and also improve Amy's stats, but discovering them is part of the fun of playing the game. So we already figured one of those out. That's talking to Gwenda. That's one of them at your home. Reading a book is another. And I think there's several other things, like going to the park is one of them, I think. Now the workday will start, and you'll see the results. If this first week goes bad, don't worry, this is normal since Amy's morale is very low because of what just happened. Hey. Oh wow, that's a lot more morale than I thought. Alright. Oh, that's a better split. 3 and 7. Yeah. I definitely could do better than this. I'm just not happy. At noon, your regular shift is over, but you can come here again and decide to do overtime if you have enough morale and energy until evening. You can also come here anytime to perform other actions like talking to Lawrence, or talking with Lawrence. This is how you get Lawrence. So you just come to the ice cream parlor because he likes to spend his time here. A lot of it. Which is alright, but it's one of those things, is like a lot of the guys stay near their job, or they'll stay near where you first meet them, and that's where you find them. I would have liked expanding the map a little bit more, but you know, it's a lot of outliers that come into that, but that could mess with it. Yeah, like talking with Lawrence, who works here full-time every day until evening, or get an ice cream for yourself. So yeah, eating There's another one, but yet again, that takes money. Remember though, that doing overtime is a very stressing action, and if your morale is low, it's a really bad idea. Yeah, so the A and really were both kind of mixed up.
I still feel weak. It'll be better if I go back home now. I don't think they would allow me to see Aaron yet anyway.
You don't know if you don't try. Oh, sad face. So, depending, I don't know if we will see the other suitor. If we do in this episode, I have my super secret way of deciding which suitor to go after. And then the next episode will be that. If not, next episode will probably be where we see him, and then we'll decide from there. Or I'll decide from there where we're gonna go down this path.
When I got home after work, I found the house empty except for my cat Nina. Nina, I went up to my room and I turned the computer on to check my email, mostly to see if there was any news from Aaron's family or the hospital.
See, this is so sad. She's just like in the dark. I don't know if you guys will remember, but I actually went through to grab a picture of this online to use for the thumbnail, and like it was really hard to find the right one because of how I named the last episode Heartache and all of that. I wanted a picture of her crying, which is terrible to say, but it's like it puts you in the right mood. But I think this one said it a little bit better without giving away too much.
I knew it was rather unlikely to have more correspondence from them so soon, but couldn't help but hold on to the hope that there would be something new. I sat down at my desk and looked around my inbox, scanning the titles and senders of the new and unread messages. I frowned when I saw there was nothing new from Eddie or anyone else from the hospital crew.
I'm sorry, sorry if I like crack up a little bit or like the voice changes slightly in tone when I say Eddie's name in these serious parts. It's just like that's not like a name I'm used to being like serious. I go back to like 90s cartoons like Ed and Eddie, like that's kind of why I laugh, because like, that's what I associate the name Eddie with. Yeah.
Nothing good. Nothing good. Too bad. I decided to do some research on amnesia. It took a while before I found anything interesting, but after a bit of searching around, I found the following explanations about the basics of amnesia.
Amnesia is a condition in which memory is disturbed or lost completely. People can forget about things they did, or they will simply fail to remember the things they are currently doing in the near future. I'm just going to read this like a narrator because it's like she's reading it off the page. I feel like that's more appropriate.
I kept reading, but only got confused from the more complicated medical terms. I was distracted from my reading when a small notification box saying I had a new email popped up.
From Secret Admirer at net.rr.edu to Amy21 at mybookraeviews.com. Subject, you. And you guys couldn't see what I was doing. I was like doing the really creepy eyebrow like raising thing for that. Just like I kind of feel like that's the tone that would fit with this. So you have one new inbox message.
I clicked it a bit absent-mindedly since the address was unknown. Maybe I shouldn't open it. It could be a virus or spam.
Oh gosh, no spam.
Nina hopped up onto the desk and meowed rather loudly. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to see what it is, right, Nina? I opened the email, eyeing the unknown address warily. The message was simple and written in plain black text.
Hey there, Amy. I hear you're quite the poet. I'd love to read more of your work, but you don't really share it with anyone, do you? I'm a big fan, and your secret admirer, as the saying goes. Keep writing, girl. Tell him to stop or ignore the message. I think when I played through this last, I told him to stop. So to keep things interesting, I'm going to ignore the message. Which doesn't solve the problem. Telling him to stop would. But it doesn't.
I shook my head slightly and clicked back to the inbox, deciding to ignore the unusual message. I was about to check my book review blog when the computer shut down. I tried to restart it several times, but nothing happened. My computer just had to break at a time like this. For a moment, I thought it might have been a virus from that mysterious email, but then realized that was silly. The computer wouldn't even turn on, so the failure was clearly in the hardware. Nina, still sitting on my desk, gave me a puzzled look. Great. Now I won't be able to check my email or blog from home anymore.
This must be an off day.
Ugh, my computer broke. I have to buy a new one. Why is this happening all at once?
Yeah, so you just lose morale. You can buy a new computer or a tablet from the shopping mall in the game, but it does cost quite a bit. Yeah, messed up my words there for a second, but it's around like $190, I think, to buy a new computer / tablet for her to use at home, but it's well worth it.
I must go to sleep now. Tomorrow I have work.
Alright, so this is the day summary. So this is the other guy, and you will not know yet for his name. So yeah, this shows you your progress with each of the guys, and before you assume things, I might not just go for Lawrence because he has a +5 already and he's at 10, and we might or might not have his stat getting boosted already. But yeah, so this just shows you all the stats moving and money and relationship status.
Yay! Nina came to sleep near my feet, and her presence made me sleep peacefully.
So up 13 morale. Still pretty low on morale, but energy is back up a little bit beyond where it was at the start. So, yeah.
I need to hurry. My morning shift at the ice cream shop starts soon.
See, this would be me, running kinda late. So, yeah, and hopefully my sound from me is alright, balanced out with the music, because I did change it so you could hear a little bit more of this soundtrack, because it is a really nice soundtrack. I actually own it as well, so I listen to it sometimes, and it's really nice. So, to money, I thought our rough amount around was going to be 5. Well, there it is, but we still are not in the best mood. I shouldn't be complaining.
I want to go to the hospital today. I want to see Aaron. I miss him.
And immediately the music just dies down. Yeah, so that song you'll hear a lot. It does get a little repetitive, but it's actually pretty nice when you hear like the lyrics and everything for it.
I went to the hospital to go visit Aaron, but as soon as I entered his room, I had the feeling the visit wasn't going to go very well. Good morning, Aaron.
Hi.
How are you feeling today?
A little better, thanks.
He smiled at me politely, but without any of the tenderness I was used to seeing. An awkward silence settled in as I sat down at the chair beside his bed. Lacking any other ideas, to really get the conversation going, I decided to start with something simple. I didn't want to pressure him with anything that the medics wouldn't approve of me discussing with him. How's the hospital food around here? Is it okay?
It's pretty good. It's definitely better than I can cook. No, I have to actually.
I'm glad you like it, but I'm sure you're not that bad of a cook.
That's actually one of the harder things to do, to laugh on cue like that. It's actually really hard. You've never had my cooking then.
I went to say that I had, but quickly restrained.
Can't do that, Amy. That's a bad. So we're running almost around time. So I will find a nice place to stop because I want to keep this around like 25 minutes for today, and see how we like keeping those videos about that short, or these videos that short.
He wasn't a very good cook, but it made it more fun when he came to the ice cream parlor or when I cooked for him.
By the way, I was wondering.
Yes?
Who are you?
The question was so simple, so polite, so impersonal. But it still broke my heart.
Alright, in this case, most of you would want to say you're his girlfriend. That's a bad idea. Because that can actually screw with him pretty bad. So I'm gonna say that we're a friend.
His words hurt, and I was certain my eyes betrayed a degree of sadness. I covered it up with a smile, hoping he didn't notice the momentary change.
Amy. So sad.
Oh, I'm a friend of yours. My name is Amy.
I don't know why he's like angry. I think it's like they're trying to portray he's like concentrating hard, but it looks just like anger.
Okay, I'm sorry, it's just my memory's really hazy. It's okay, I understand. Don't strain yourself.
Yeah, please stop looking angry. Go back to smiling.
He returned my smile with a nod.
You're a very nice girl, Amy. And now you can't say, because Lawrence is at 10, that I'm just gonna pick his. But like I said, I'm not gonna pick Aaron's because I have played through it, so I want to try and do some new reactions to things for you guys as I play through this.
Thank you. Now, if you excuse me, I'm getting tired.
I better get some sleep.
Sure, I'll come visit you again soon.
You're on your own now. Use the map to move between the various locations, and then click on the icons to perform actions. Explore all the locations and get familiar with the different activities that you can do. Will you manage to reunite with Aaron? Or will you fall in love with someone else? It's up to you. I feel like that's a Days of Our Lives kind of sounding thing. So we're actually going to go ahead and end this video here, just because I don't want it to run too long, and I do have some other things that I have to get done today. So thank you all so much for watching, and like I said, if you do have any tips or tricks, or if my audio is a little off today, or if you want the videos to be slightly longer, I know some people like longer videos, some people like shorter ones. I'm just keeping them roughly around 25 minutes, just because I feel like that's a happy medium, just for a Viz novel, because they take a while. But yeah, so please do leave comments. I really appreciate all the constructive criticism, even the regular just criticism, because I can find something constructive from that as well. But yeah, thank you all so much, and this has been Libris Blood, and I'm signing out.